of our story playthrough. We're on episode 16. So previously we did a realm awoken and stuff happened, but it was like 2 days ago. So yeah. Anyway, tonight. Oh, we had to kill a Moogle. Yeah, we killed Good King Moogle, Moogle 84 or whatever he was. He's safely dead now. Or is he? Yeah, no, he's safely dead now. So we will move on to Through the Maelstrom. And, if we have time, Garuda. Garuda 2. The Garuda ring. So we'll make a start. We also have Leviathan to do tonight if we get to it. Which I'm sure we will. From Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Why are they concerned about minerals? It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during their concern's annual audit that the pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. Of course. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Kind of crystals. Ooh, I look very concerned for some reason. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. That would follow Uldans. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there was even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in the service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realise their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Stolo when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Me too, Minfilia, me too. Now, Horizon, very near Vesper Bay. So we can use our Vesper Bay thing to get there for free. If we get in the right place. And here we are. We're going this way though, Joel. We're heading this way. Way... Oh yeah, flying. I'm literally playing on my other character, which has flying in everywhere. And I keep forgetting I have flying on this character. It's insane, I tell you. Insane. Hello, Ishtola. Ah, Clock. Your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. Fufulupa. He is the officer in charge of leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Mayhap indeed. It's all about them mayhaps. Hello, Fufulupa. Oh, he's tiny. Oh, hello there, Clock, was it? Stola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off towards Eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amul Jar do have a foothold in Eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. He needs to finish his sentences. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it is good news after all. Thancred, where have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amul Jar friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and was even able to do my small part to help my friends in the brass blades intercepted. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. Got to stop putting out. Yeah. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Clock. Okay, Thancred. Oh, when you say come with us, you mean just step over here. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amul Jar are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think of what it might be, I shall inform Ujanje of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. 'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful.
You do that, Ujanje.
Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Yeah, get telt, Thancred. He's no man-slut. Oh.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
I don't. Not me. Go on, Ujanje. Go on. Go on. Just step down, say hi. Slaying. I think we have already had. We want slaying. Yes. No. Oh God, Oh, because we, yeah. Oh. Just etherite earring. I wish I'd remembered. We don't care. Go on, let's, any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Ah, well then. For want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? She's tiny, can't see over anything. Calm yourself, Ufulupa. What is the disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the Thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long. Then it came to me, what if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears prove well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed. If, for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner travelling without an escort so as not to attract undue attention. Wink wink. But who? Ah, I see, yes. The concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this mine would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley? A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Clock? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ooh, a pincer movement. Ahem, ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. How? You haven't moved. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer some encouragement. Always prepared. We can fly. I've remembered this time. We can fly. Don't need to do none of that walking stuff. Oh, is it down here? Oh, okay. Are we north of the bridge? I suppose we are north of the bridge. Standing watch. Still standing watch. Oh, bye. Ah, great. Have some of this. You can have some of that as well. Consider yourself... Oh, more. Where are they? Consider yourself ravaged. Have some of that. You can have that. And a little bit of that. And then we'll... Oh, you've died. Speak with Ishtola. Where is Ishtola? Oh, there she is. Hello, Ishtola. Very nice. Stubborn to the last. As expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea wolves thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way. Oh, our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. He nodded. To Horizon, then. Fufulupo will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Hello, Fufulupa. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of Blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No. But he was quite strong. A sea-wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Get a phone call. Aye, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic knots? You do, don't you? There we go. Stoic nod. Let's just take the money. We'll take money. I've had 404 views. No wonder I'm not found. Ha ha ha. No, fine. Thancred has information on your next assignment. Okay. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavour to track down the traitorous Blast Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Flying, we're flying. Fly over. Let's fly over. I imagine all these trees are new, because you didn't need any tops to these, but they've gone in and put tops on. Which is nice. Hello, Alphino. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Otard? Well, like the rest of the nations in the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best of circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me, Uldar. Come with me to Uldarclock. Unless I'm mistaken, and I'm rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan Sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of some unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Uldar. Could walk. We're not walking. We are not walking. We will travel by Etherite. We'll promenade. Ethernet. Chamber Wall. I think. Well, we have the orange arrow, so I presume we're in the right place. Do. Nope. We nearly missed the turn off. Ooh, it's an auto trigger one. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is you summon your superior. Oh, sorry. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. She seems upset. They seem upset. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alfino Levelier, at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few, indeed, are your allies in Uldar, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and the powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the Quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we will see if we aught we can do to help. Oh, there's another stoic nod. Off to pub. Off to pub indeed. Venturers Guild. Do. Hello, Alfino. Is it voiced?
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
He's such a name dropper.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Bond doesn't like you. He likes me. Well, I don't talk a lot, so yeah, probably you'll be better. Hello, Yugiri. No, I don't want Kasasagi. Giri. Hi, Mesa. As I said earlier, we have been at sea for several months, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been... Ooh. Does that mean they ate people? Though it shames me to beg for more when you've already offered so much, desperation consoles me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. And the eating of them, by the sounds of it. Give these strangers free stuff. Hells, why didn't you say so soon? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see? But just sent they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha ha! Go and call in... Friduri. Friduri? Go and call on Friduri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the Little Prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Where are we going? Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Really? I mean, it's right next to it. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Catherine Potwatch. Hello, Catherine Potwatch. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions. Oop, here's a letter. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll soon start to expect it. You mark my words. Oh, how big of you. How big-hearted of you. Are you just as big-hearted, Friduri? In the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question mistress. Well, don't then. But that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Oh, you're such a nice guy. $11 followers. Do some running. Let's run. To Mamodi. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Yugiri it's all in hand. It's all in hand, Lady Yugiri. I dared not hope for such magnanimity. Magnanimity. Much less expect it. Mistress Mamodi is generous indeed, and I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Hand wavy, stoic nod. Shruggy shoulders. Look at Alfino. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done such for us, Master Alfino. I swear we shall return the favour. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favour you fairly won with your words, and it is words that you must win the favour of the Syndicate. Good luck. Then I shall choose them with care. Good luck. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Boo, 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 boo. Do, 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 do. That's not where I want it to be. That's where I want it to be. Oh, at least we have someone to talk to this time. Hello, Rauban, 2 arms. There, let's not keep them waiting. I believe this is a voiced cutscene. I can take a short rest.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Ugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Ugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. how far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Well, that's not gone well. It's not gone well at all.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Well, that was a chunky old cutscene. Let's just get some money. As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Following. Following. We're running. We're Ethernetting. Ethernetting, I don't know. Etherwriting, not Ethernetting. They arrived by boat. Surely they'd been better going to Laminsa. Limsa Laminsa. Where is he? Oh, I missed him. No, he's there. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed, Uldar is not an option. Nor are Limsa Laminsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs. Which leaves our Doman friends confined to the ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative. Place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Ding. Would like more donor? Minfilia. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment. Not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labour, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Ugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ular, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of the unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labour and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which is no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Clock. Okay. Lady Ugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Let's go and find Mr. Alphino, who will, I'm sure, have an amazing idea. Hello, Alphino. What's your amazing idea, Alphino? We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. We do have to go through those beasts. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such times as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay here until they regain their strength. That is very, very generous, given that, there's several hundred of them. Bound your arms. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? We'll not just etherite them all across. I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. Oh, here we go. I will engage services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uldar, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. This is where Momodi's like, very suspicious. Well, it sounds like we have all work to do. Lady Ugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Oh, great. Brilliant. You couldn't just say no for once. Sure. Get some seals for it, if nothing else. Ooh, we're knocking on the door of 90. Alphino has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. Oh, does he now? As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Uldar. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Clock, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, do whatever must needs be done. Whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosen when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Alright. Free travel. Okay, let's fly to Hosen. Hello, Hosen. And Homei. Hosen and Homei. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honoured to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. No, he shouldn't. Aye, I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children? They have been given into my care. Really? They are most adept at staying hidden from sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You want me to play hide-and-seek. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan. Poor choice. He can tell you more. I know how to play hide-and-seek. Oh, I'm not walking over there. I'm gonna fly! We'll fly over there. Hello, Yozan. Hello there, I am Yozan, son of Hosen. You will be coming with us to Uldar? I hear we're travelling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. Yes. But I don't think they're queer. But don't you think they're queer? Well, some of them might be. Giant birds people ride like horses. I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry, I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. There's one. I'm Koharu. Clockson, eh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? Why, yes I am. Probably shouldn't be saying that to a child. No, scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide-and-seek too. Oh right, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Clockson. This hiding child would be harder to find if they didn't have this massive icon over their heads. Are you playing... Ah, no fair. Yosen didn't say anything about adults. Huh, we get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary. But if Yosen says it's safe, I'll go. Alright, time to find the other one. I bet he's hiding. Oh, there. There he is. How'd you find me? Guess I need more practice. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Yeah, no, if they had... That conversation would never have happened. Hello, Hosanne. Wonderful. All the children are hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Ugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort knowing that we are prepared. Get some money. At long last, Hosen and his group are ready to leave Vesper Bay. We only had one game of hide and seek. Wouldn't call that long last. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Home, oh, that's who it was, will be travelling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Probably. Though I understand the road to Uldar is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. Oh. Eager to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. Fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Amelie. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course. But don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot is another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around, make sure the area's safe like. And if you come across anything dangerous, yeah, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me that the road there's safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try and rob us, that is. Keep it family friendly. Family friendly. Right, let's go stab something. We're weaving to avoid enemies. More hard to target us while we're weaving. Harder to target us while we're weaving. Destination. Of the destination. Ooh, a beastie. Wandering Eye. Indeed. He's dead. Right, I've dispatched a beast. There's the coachman. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Cutscene. He found it funny. Well fought, sir. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. And watch. Pray my son mo mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. He can stand on one leg. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. Maybe they will. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Ugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given us everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Glad to hear it. Oh, you got knocked over. Young people. Hey, Mr. Clock, how and I want to know why you became an adventurer. Probably seems a sensible one to do. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? My turn now, my turn. Excuse me, Mr. Clock, I've got a question. What's Revenant Toll like? Is it pretty? No, child. No. Let's go with that one. Let's keep things positive. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Clark, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out new experience and adventures. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. All right. That's enough questions for Mr. Clock. Mr. Zon, actually. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? No, not with that hair. Oh, God, a stoic nod. The really important questions I don't get to answer. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Clock. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. Just join the regular one. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Clock and Lady Ugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Clock and Lady Ugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Oh, another nod I don't get a choice in. Do, 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 do. These are some long old cutscenes in this. Oh, where are we? Okay, speak with Alvin at the quicksand. Oh, right. Oh. I mean, you could have dropped me off there. I mean, we're literally just in a coach. Going to Uldar. We'll just run, it's probably quicker. I swear the list I looked at said it was doing the Leviathan tonight. It'd be embarrassing if we don't, because I'm going to come up with an episode title and everything. Yes, Ah, clock, I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. New gear. Equip. So what are we missing? Hero's Bracelet of Maiming. Alphino would have you and Yugiri depart for Revenant's Toll without delay. It is past time. Excuse me. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slathborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Clock. You know what? I should be travelling with the caravan, but I'm just going to teleport there. Because I'm no numpty. Slathborn, where are you? There you are. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, providing they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slathborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all our new arrivals, and you needn't bury your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slathborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Clock. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stones. Alright, can I just point? It's over there. It's over there, Lady Yugiri. Hope you can keep up with my chocobo. Enter the Rising Stones. Oh wait, oh god, did I have to do something outside before I came in here? Ah, me and my eager beaveriness. Alright, where is she? Oh, all the way back over here. You didn't even move. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. Fine. Let's go and speak with Minnie. Yes, enter the solar. We're back, Minfilia. Oh, she's on the phone. This is no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of query, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already knew. They're ignoring us. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. No, I don't. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny the matter falls outside of our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Ugiri is here! Please show her in. I would very much like to meet her. Very much. Oh, didn't even have to show in. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. What? Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Well, this room will probably accommodate most of them. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. This room is huge. Far too big for an office, private office. As ever, it has been a pleasure antecedent. Alas, we must take our leaves as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn, Lady Ugiri. Clock. Lamin and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Ishtola should be returning anon with a report from the field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. Cutscene. Do 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 do. Ishtola! Welcome.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Here we go. Echo, echo, go. Stop doing that. I won't.
Such a disturbance in the ether. I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
You come with it?
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Road trip! Well, kind of boat trip. Well, not really. Aetheryte trip. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Oh, I do. Yet, so long as there is even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and doubtless have valuable information to share. Off we go then. Elements, lower decks. Oh no, it's wrong place. Let's go and talk to Admiral. Xanthael. Storm Sergeant. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Okay. Doom, doom, doo, doo. Meldweb. Welcome, friends. I take it Ishtola has apprised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the Fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavour. But if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. A couple of weeks ago. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Cloxon. Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitring Sahagin movements within the SAP's spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith. That you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Folk Breeder has charge of the garrison. Looks like we're off to Skull Valley. Which, I'm hoping, is near Airport. Really hoping is near Airport. Super hoping is near Airport. It's near Airport. Hello, Folk Breeder. Storm Commander. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Cool. Right. Okay, on that thing, I'm just going to take a short break to empty my bladder and then get some water. So I will be back very, very shortly. Don't go away. Not that you're here, but never mind. Alright, I'm back. Had a banana while I was away as well. Thought that felt like the right thing to do. Folk Breeder is growing ever more agitated by the minute. Well, she should be more the minute then. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoitre the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend to those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion. If they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask you to recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Boo, 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 boo. Let's fly. There he is. Hiding. Help! Somebody! Of all the times to forget the restorative. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue. I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. Let's go and save some comrades. Why am I flying through a tunnel? It's what you should be asking. Why am I going through the door instead of that handy port? Oh, at the top. Ooh, an SPC. Oh, 2 corpses. That doesn't seem great. Oh, great. We've attracted more attention. This is only 2 corpses. She said there were 5. So presumably we have to find 2 more. And spend half an hour picking them up. Ah, maybe we don't have to find 2 more. Use this handy flying chocobo hole. Maybe there were 2 corpses in each of those piles. They were just very thin corpses. Elbrida! Storm Commander, you returned. Thank the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Here, have some corpses. Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and to maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what they may have become of the two who remained unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. We're going to be sallying, chat. We're going to be sallying. $88 now. Oh, I forgot to read that out. Sorry. I have to go back and pause it or something. Thrice damned fishback swine. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hex. Ooh, it's the Admiral and Minfilia. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You make me count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the aetheryte in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act now, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. So I'll fly over. It's fine, I've got a chocobo. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We're not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Hagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault and have the subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. Devilish. In likewise, we Scions will form in small units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Cloxon and Ustola, and the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defences, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. We're just going to fly over with chocobos. It's okay. Thancred and Ugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Ishtola and Cloxon. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the aetheryte accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! To battle! To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Clock? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. Wasn't it like Titan? Well, the quest has been accepted. Chocobo has been mounted. And we're actually flying in the right direction. We are on our way. Oh, we have to go down here. Oh, another suspicious purple circle. They wouldn't have been if you'd have let me carry on chocoboing. But no. Like, no, we'll force you down. Have a pair of dives. I've got an itchy ear. It was itchy ear. Great, I'm going to hang her on as well. See if these guys come in closer. They are. Let's give them a good old AoE jump there. Oh really? I mean, you were miles away. Oh crap. I am. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. I think we need the chocobo help. Sadly, this chocobo can't heal. Come on, take a beating for me. Thank goodness for that. Really should pay attention. That was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. Now let's sneak in this bit for the back way. As soon as we've healed up. No, you're gonna make me enter this thing? Yeah. Oh, thank Joel. Thank Joel for that. Could have gone very badly. Oh, Stola's having a sit down. She needs aiding. It's aid Stola. Pray, do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on. Ooh, look, an Aetheryte. A guy with a weirdly big head. Do you reckon that's some kind of cancer? Do you reckon he's ill? If he's ill, that could be what's causing his issues. So we should try and subdue him. And then...
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
I think it's piqued someone's interest.
To the Aetheryte!
Sure, yeah. Why not? You seem to have this in hand. I do like how he's decorated his growth, though. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna own this. It doesn't look great, but I'm gonna own it.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorewalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
It feels forced.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Couldn't have done that 5 minutes ago.
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Shoot them all.
Foolish Shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting
Where did he go?
Think he was going to hang around forever, did you?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Ooh. Wave of time. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the 7 hex are we to prevent it? Give me some money. Go. Into the heart of the Whirlwind is brooding over Leviathan's return. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure, but Limlaen herself struggled to best the Lord of the Wall in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meet and match with us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Okey-doke. Let's go to the command room. There's a lot more long cutscenes in this than I remember. No, that's not true. I remember all the cutscenes. There's a lot more long cutscenes in this than I thought they'd be. You are expected in the command room. Pray, do not keep the Admiral waiting. Well, open the door then, sir. Open the door. Hello, Merlvid.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe.
The same voice actor that does Sid.
This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Gets more complicated by the second. It's not the same voice actor.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabie Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Okay. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. And a hat. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I'm listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man who has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Interesting. One of the company of heroes. The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. Ask him about Titan, if he calls it Titus. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is as Ishtar said, none. Save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? His testimony could yield us any manner of advantage. Should we not hear it? Darn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom. Report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Cloxon, seek him out. Learn what he knows. At the very least, he will spare you the torment of waiting for the recklessness, for the reckoning in idleness. If he's not wearing trousers. The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanasea. Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. May it indeed. May it indeed. The command. Where are we going? It's the Grey Fleet. Oh, yeah. Can I go there? No, I'm not attuned. I'll be just as quick just to go out through the door. Get out. No, it's the other. Run! Run, Force, run! Oh, that one there. I'm suspicious that the place we need to go is... pretty much the exact place that the imposter lives. We can fly! Jesus! Oh. Oh, him. He's still not wearing trousers though, is he? But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stable. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Oh, he's still not wearing trousers. Gods, man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? Bah, I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractoon ain't a generous soul. Now, prick up your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. You can? Aha. Ahem. The tale of Tractoon's epic victory. Victory over the dread primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan's huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, mayhap too modest. Now, there's some who say you can never truly beat Leviathan, but you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. What? It's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention. It's all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in the chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny. It's pathetic. Sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan. But I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbour when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent, some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I saw myself right there and then. Ah, oh gods, just remembering that day made me saw myself all over again. Hey! Wait, if you're asking after Leviathan, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care, he really is terrible. Dreadful. I tell you, if you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet at the bottom of the sea. Or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo Don. Clark, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Diabetes? I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Morrowby Dry Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able to. Really ought to stop adding words in. Come on, Joel. Let's leave Mr. Poopy Pants to himself. And let's fly. It's a very glowy thing, isn't it? What's its name? Isn't an etherite? Question is, are we going to get to do Leviathan tonight? Minor wrinkle is if we don't. I think Leviathan is like 2 or 3 quests from the end. Which means if we don't get to do Leviathan tonight, next one is going to be awfully short. Right, we're attuned there, so next time we'll just be able to fly. Oh, Etherite there. I'm told you're drawn to the Grey Fleet prove fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The movement of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the War Eater, I call it, is complete, and she surpasses all of my expectations, in addition to her prodigious tonnage. She has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention that it is also nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The War Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we'll bear you to Leviathan. Leviathan beat us. Einzaya stands ready to send you off to your encounter with the Lord of War. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the War Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Naldeek and Vimeli are calling an elemental converter. Assuming that the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of its hold over water. And depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Someone will. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Tancred and Ishtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Tancred and Ishtola, if you would join the third levy and lead Lady Ugiri the fifth. I know. But what words have I for the man who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Clarkson. May the crystal bless and keep you. Oh. Oh. Right, we've got time to do this if it pops soon enough. We're gonna do that. 90. The 4 meter hard. Can we do this one? Yes. Right. Big question. What do we do for the next 6 minutes? Oh, that's right, we were doing leathering, weren't we? We were leather working. Let's see what's in the log. What can we log in the leather working? We could just wash out some leather. A leather cloth? What's that going to do for us? Give us some control. Let's equip leather worker. Ooh, it might not be 6 minutes. Don't necessarily want to replace that. Can we make some pants for doing crafting with? some crafting pants. Neat. Crafting pants, though, are. Can't make crafting pants. Wearing on our feet. Hrothgar sandals. Alright, let's see if we can make some crafting boots. Leather shoes, no. Leather duckbill, no. Duckbills. Gathering, but not shoes. Crafting. Who would make crafting boots? Who makes boots anyway? Leatherwork. I suspect these boots are armorer. Perhaps we ought to try our hand at all the crafts. But we can always be sure that we've got enough. Alright, let's tell you what, let's head back to let's sign up for all crafts. At the very least it'll give us something to do while we're watching around. Fly! Remember we can fly. Let's head towards the light. So pretty. Pretty light. Oh. Oh. To the light. So we've gone from having 4 DPS to 2 of 4 DPS. Isn't going as well as I hoped. Oh, back to 4. We good. Wow. Do 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 do. Okay, so the armor and blacksmithing guilds are here. We have time to do best. Kick them off. Nanza is a simple yet profitable task for an interested adventurer. Are you in need of some trifling task to pass the time? Yes, I am. And I have just the job for you. Bardrun is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5. Oh, bollocks. Oh, really? Done it again, chat. I've accidentally accepted a quest that I'm gonna have to complete as a dragoon. Oh. She's definitely the guild master. But of course you got to talk to the guild receptionist first. Oh, I'm such a numpty. Such a numpty. 25% of our... our DPS again. Right, let's hand this into Bardavan. Accept our 8 experience points that we'll get for it. Ah, so you slew a few rats. Good on you, lad. This bloke comes through the other day with plops his huge sack size of bleeding goob on the counter, saying any man what slays rats can have something from within. When I inquire as to why, all he says is the damn noise they make when scurrying about is driving him insane. He asked me though, he was already a bit touched. Something tells me the poor lad'll never find peace. No, sure, why not? Now I just feel dirty. Alright, let's go and get the actual quests we were after now. While we wait to beat Leviathan. Now, I'm going to be honest. Looking fairly poor being able to do Kukuta tonight. Unless you're blind and deaf, I presume you've wandered into our forge of your own accord, drawn by the siren song of our Smitty's hammers, no doubt. These are our hallowed halls, Limsa's finest pound... No, in these hallowed halls, Limsa's finest pound metal into all manner of tools and weapons. And when I say Limsa's, I mean the whole bloody realms. Make no mistake, you need more than a big arm to join our ranks. But if you've got iron in your veins and the builder's blessings, speak up. Sure. Yeah, well, you're not short on confidence. But do you truly know what you're getting yourself into here, lad? Ours is a trade born of blood and brine. Fear for as long as pirates have sailed the Rotano, Smithies have forged their weapons and fitted out their ships from keel to cannon. Of course, still sea swallows all ain't just an idle saying. Brine will eat through even the stoutest iron given time, and our forebears long struggled to forge more rust-resistant alloys. Lucky for us, the Smithies of Eld were a determined bunch and clever too. When they learned that the kobolds knew something of advanced metallurgy, the Smithies set out to make it their own. Thanks to the kobolds' wisdom, which they generously gifted us only with the merest hint of pirately prompting, the mince and smithing came on leaps and bounds. It wasn't long before the Gridanians and Uldans started eyeing our knowledge like we did the kobolds, though. And so, some 150 odd years ago, 2 particularly forward-thinking men named Theo Naldic and Bryce Rimelli had the bright idea of establishing a respectable business. Being fair-minded fellows, they sell their wares to anyone who had coin, pirates and foreigners included. And when folks weren't inclined to pay, they made sure to remind them that we hadn't completely forsaken our pirate ways. Times have changed though, and we're a wee bit more willing to share our wisdom these days. The company's been running the Blacksmiths and Armourers Guild for years now, welcoming any soul with the necessary talent and the will to work. As to whether you've got enough of either, well, that's for the Forge Master to decide. Speak to me when you're ready to present yourself to him. Sure. So what'll it be? You reckon you've got what it takes to train the best gods-darned blacksmiths in the realm? Yeah, why not? Ah, that's the spirit. If you'd taken any longer to decide, I'd have told you bugger off no matter what you said. Oh, no, just yes, okay. Kinda needed to skip that. Which is always the worry when you're waiting for something. Right, let's see if I remember how to kill the big snake. Sorry, serpent. Sea serpent. Oh look, it's waiting. That's a shield. I mean, that doesn't look good. What's water going to do against a ship? Honestly. Ships are designed for it. It wants a word. That ship looks very top heavy. We can nod there. Oh, we were done with the really long cutscenes. Eyes, it's got red eyes. Where the eyes of red. So can we get on with it? Come on, people are waiting. Oh, it wasn't just me. Thank goodness for that. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. It's half-deed. It's not half-deed. Thank goodness for that barrier that I'd forgotten I would need. Care about them? Probably. Let's kill them anyway. Back to the tail. Someone else will be dealing with that because I have no idea. I'll just stand here and recover. So, well, we didn't all survive. 2 black mages died. How did the 2 black mages die? Honestly. Well, thank God for that barrier. I hope they never lose that barrier. I suspect we lose that barrier at some point. And I suspect I won't remember. So I suspect we're going to get there. I don't think the same does. I keep saying this, I should check. Need killing. him in the head this time. Dead. We killed him. Killed him good. Well, he's making a meal of that. Thrashing around. Let's exit. Now, where's it going to put me back? Is it going to put me back in the cool place or the... Yes, excellent. Just where I needed to be. Is it? No, because I need to go back... Oh, really? I was in Limsa. I was in Limsa Laminsa, and now you're like, oh, I'll put you back here at the entrance. Oh, but you've got to go back to Laminsa. Sigh. Sigh. The Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. Wink? Shouldn't have skipped that first bit of dialogue. I'd know why there was a wink. Why was there a wink?
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Oh, you Admiral.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Oh, lovely.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
I'll teach your people how to stab in a different way.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Completed a quest. Oh, let's talk then. Thanthael has orders to point you in the direction of the Leviathan underworld. Level 90 weapon coffer. Didn't we have a level 90 weapon coffer before? The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Ugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier of smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron male there and present the letter to him. He serves as the gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Leviathan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they invariably wary new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will let you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Okay. Go to the aforementioned place. Ethernet, we're going to go to the Fisherman's Guild. Because I feel in my bones that's where I need to go. Oh look, it was. Or maybe it wasn't. To a closer place? I don't know. I don't want to be a rogue just yet. We could probably have got this a little bit quicker. Never mind. Hello, inconspicuous man. Got business with me, venturer. Yep, got a letter. Letter O introduction. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his poo-eating grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Milrib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Lindsay, my lady. I mean, he doesn't look that inconspicuous, but ask. I am Ugiri of Doma. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It seemed I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limbs is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two trumps about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for us to it's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. It is in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, you Gary of Do-What's-It, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. Ha! That didn't come out quite right, did it? Master Cloxon, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us, Domans. No words would survive to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Apparently we're fine with that. Do. You Gary of Do-What's-It. Don't like the look of his face. Ugiri has the air of a woman bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld the Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When you next meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Okay. Back to the place I don't have free teleports for. It's got a very green tick. Is this going to be like a half-hour cutscene? Yes, we'll enter the solar.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
No point in taking earrings, because I've got that other earring that's just going to stick around for ages, so we'll bother. Let's take some money. Okay, so that is through the Maelstrom done. Day, 16 hours, 48 minutes. Alright, so I was hoping to get Garuda done tonight, but it's a little bit late, I think, to be starting Garuda. So I'm going to end the stream there. I may possibly do a stream tomorrow night, though I'm not 100% certain. I might be playing board games tomorrow night. But if I don't, then I will see you on Saturday night, maybe, for the next chapter. Defenders of Eorzea, I think it is. It might take more than more than one night to do. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.